method, the second method is what we call the substitution method. And when it comes to the substitution method, how do we handle it? So you write in your book, substitution method. This is the method we are going to look at. Under the substitution method, this is what we do. Substitution means that you remove something from somewhere, you place it somewhere. That is the substitution. Like substitution, like those people who watch soccer. It's like when someone is tired, or maybe when he's doing something not so good, they remove him and they put another one. So what are we going to do? Under the substitution, we are going to be removing one player from this equation, and we get that one player, we put it in another, we put in another player. So we are going to be removing, let me say, we shall be removing X. Where X has been, we put another player. So we put another new player. So that is what we are going to do under this method of substitution. So however, here still, the choice is yours. The choice is yours on how you are going to substitute. So kindly, that's what we are going to look at. I want you to summarize. Just summarize in your own terms here. Read through and then make a summary. Okay. Is it possible to get fraction? Page, it is really very possible. Yes, but I've told you I don't want to bring in those ones. Those ones are going to come in. They are going to come in. I want us to first learn how to eat the Irish, and then we shall bring in the rest. We shall bring in those ones. Okay, people have finished. Okay, now when it comes to substitution method, there are just some few steps we do follow. The first step is that you choose the equation you want to use. The choice is always yours. The choice is yours. Now, this is my pair of simultaneous equation. Like we have said that we are going to remove, let me use, those people who follow soccer or who know the things. Maybe I can use now the cabinet. You have seen that always they make reshuffles. They remove this person, they put it in another person. So what we are going to do here, I'm going to label this as my first equation. This is going to be my second equation. What do I do? I'm going to get eliminating. Substitution means that you get one thing, you put it in another. So what are you going to do? I'm going to use the first equation first. So I have x plus y is equal to 4. Now, in substitution, you make one item the subject of the other. By making it the subject, it means that you leave it to be on one side. Take an example. I want to remain with x on one side, meaning that I'm going to remove this ugly y and I take it the other side. So I'm going to say x plus y minus y is equal to 4 minus y. So I remain with x is equal to 4 minus y. So now this is I can call it the third equation. So meaning that I have remained with x alone on one side. So what do I do? After making this x the subject, I come to this equation that I did not, the one that I never touched, this one here. Then where there is x, I'm going to substitute with 4 minus y. So I will come in this equation, which I have here as x minus y is equal to 2. Now, this part that has x, you are going to come and place in this x you made the subject. So here you are saying that your x is equivalent to 4 minus y. It's like saying that removing, let me say, having maybe which player, having the gear in the goal, I would rather remove the gear, that one of the gear is equivalent to 2 people. So here you are saying that my x is equivalent to 4 minus y. So where there is x, put 4 minus y. So here we are going to say my x is 4 minus y minus this y is equal to 2. So here we shall have 4 minus y is equal to 2. Now, when you reach here, collect like terms. Minus y will give us minus 2y. So I'll have 4 minus 2y is equal to 2. Now, collect like terms. This 4 will come this side. So I will say 4 minus 4 minus 2y will equal to 2 minus 4. So here we shall have minus 2y is equal to 2 minus 4 is negative 2. So I divide by negative 2, I divide by negative 2. So my y will equal to 1. Now, after getting my y, I made my x the subject already. So I'm going to come and I say that now my x was equal to 4 minus y. But what is my y? My y is 1. So I'll come and I say x will equal to 4 minus 1, which will give me 3. So this is my x. So you have solved simultaneously using the substitution. You got one, you placed it into the other. Kindly let me know in the chat whether we are fine. In the chat, just say yes, I have picked something. Yes, it shows that you have picked something. Okay. 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 Clear. Okay, good. Okay, some have picked, others have not. Okay, we are going to do another number such that we can pick a little, no? Okay, we are going to do another number. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, yes, Philip. Let's be writing now.
Sir,
Yes.
when you're saying 2y minus 4, don't
Mm.
you add 4 on? Does it, when 4 is going to the other side of the equation, don't you have to add?
No, remember 4 was a positive here. I don't know whether you're not seeing. Philip, are you
Yeah,
seeing?
I'm seeing 4.
So
Yeah,
when
I'm seeing.
okay. So that's why we subtracted. Vanessa?
I have a question about the X part, the Y
Mm.
part.
Mm.
Like when you put 4y minus y in brackets, then minus y is equal to 2. Why didn't you like multiply like the negative, this negative y?
Oh, no, like here, remember here, this bracket has just like a 1 here. So one
Then this
times
negative,
this negative, eh?
the one up, the y
This one.
on this same equation, the one where I put 1 into brackets,
Hey.
that the negative also applies since like the one is the other side.
Oh, no, like 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times negative y is negative y. Then minus this y.
Vertical. Okay. Yes.
Okay. Shakul?
Actually, Master, my question was like that for Vanessa. But then another question is, when you are using the substitution method, you can use either substitution or elimination method. You can get the same answer.
Yes, you get the same answer.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, whether you have used a bicycle, a motorcycle, or a car, you can reach school.
Okay.
Take,
Master, thank
My question was like the previous speaker that this method work there. There's a first method.
Yes, okay, yeah. Okay, Karen, I wanted to hear from Hadia. Hadia? Hadia?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Ask.
I've actually not picked up much because I was not in class when we had just started. I guess I'll just...
Okay. Okay. I get. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let us now try another one. Probably you'll pick from here. Okay.
Okay.
Now, we are going to do another one. Now, when you look at the second one, these are your equations. This is your equation 1, equation 2. What do? I want you always to be strategic. You know, in the new curriculum, you have to think very fast. Now, I want to always let you know is that when you are choosing which one to make the subject of the formula, I want you always to check the one which has a coefficient that is not a bigger coefficient. In other words, the one which has a coefficient of 1 or -1, such that you don't deal with fractions. And always when you are choosing, it is very okay. You can either use equation 1 or equation 2. Whatever equation you choose, you get the same answer. Now, last time I used the equation 1, I can use equation 2. So my equation 2, I have x minus y is equal to 2. So I can still make x the subject. Now, when I'm making x the subject, it means I remove the y. So I'll have x minus y plus y is equal to 2 plus y. So I'll end up with x is equal to 2 plus y. Now, this is my third equation I'm forming. What I do, I'll get this x. I put it into here, the first equation. So wherever there is x, I'm going to put 2 plus y. So I'll have 3x minus y is equal to 10. So where there is x, I put 2 plus y. So I'll have 3. I am substituting now where there is x. So where there is x, I'll put, 2 plus y. Then I will bring back my thing, minus y is equal to 10. Now, here you need to now to open brackets. That when I'm opening the brackets, that 2 affects everything. So when I'm opening, please, you have to be very careful, such that this 3 will multiply the 2 and you get 3 times 2, which is 6, plus 3 times 2, which is 3y, then minus y. Please, this 3 doesn't affect this one because it is only on the x. It is not on the y. So is equal to 10. Then I continue and I say 3y minus y is 2y. So I'll have 6 plus 2y is equal to 10. Then I will continue and say 6 plus 2y is equal to 10. I collect like terms. I remove this 6, I take it this side. So I will say 6 minus 6 plus 2y will equal to 10 minus 6. So I'll have 2y is equal to 4. So I divide by 2, divide by 2. Y will equal to 2. Now, after getting that one, I have already said my x is equal to 2 plus y. So I will come and I say x is equal to 2 plus y. But I've gotten my y as 2. So I will say x will equal to 2 plus 2. And my x will equal to 4. And now that one is going to be my answer. Hope now that one is very okay. Yes. Now, in the chat, someone was saying, kindly use a simpler method. Now, I would advise that in life, don't get used to eating only one type of food. You never know, sir, at one time, maybe things may not be good, and the only food you have is maybe sweet potatoes. So that's why you need to learn how to eat everything you have. So that's why we are saying that learn all approaches. Then it will depend on you which one you have mastered better. So learn all the tactics such that you are better at them. Yes. Okay. Someone, let me pick one person. Shakur.
Thank you, Master. The question I have that if I want to come up with the third equation, I can make y the subject and then remove x, I take it on the right hand.
Yes.
Yes. And I remain with a negative y equals to 2 minus x.
But then for that particular one, you remove that negative on y.
How, master?
Okay. But remember you have negative y is equal to 2. Now, in fact, now okay, you have negative y is equal to 2 minus x. So now to remove this negative, you divide the negative throughout. You say negative 1 divided by negative 1 divided by negative 1. So you get y is equal to 2 divided by negative 1 is negative 2. Negative x divided by negative is positive x. So your y becomes negative 2 plus x. So this is what you carry and put into the first equation. So when you carry that one, you are going to end up with something like this. 3x minus y is equal to 10. So where there is y, you are going to put negative 2 plus x. So you'll have 3x minus negative 2 plus x is equal to 10. So this will be 3x. When you open brackets, negative and negative, it will give you positive 2. Negative and a positive gives you a negative is equal to 10. So 3x minus x is 2x plus 2 is equal to 10. When you take that 2, you have 2x is equal to 10 minus 2. So this will be 2x is equal to 10 minus 2 is 8. Then you divide by 2, divide by 2. So your x will equal to 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, master. Now I have got it.
Okay. Lizzo, are we on the same page? Okay.
Teacher, yes. On the same
Okay.
page.
Okay. I don't know. Makrish, unmute.
Yes, sir.
Yes, you have a question.
I didn't get that part where we got 4 as the answer.
4?
Yes.
Here.
X is equals to, yes.
Okay. Did you get this point here?
Yes.
Now, we got our answer of y is equal to 2. So we are just substituting. Where there is y, I put this 2 I have got.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay. We continue. We are going to do another one. Now, when we come to this one, like I've told you, the choice is yours. But I want you to let you know that whenever I want you always, the number you are making the subject of the formula, if possible, if you find that the question is friendly and that number has a coefficient 1, that is the one you use, or that is the one you make the subject of the formula. However, I've told you the choice is yours. The choice is yours. But for you, when you are choosing, choose that one. Like if you have 2 options, you have your Irish, you have the sweet potatoes. It is up to you. But each of them will have something. One will be easy to cue, another one may be a bit hard. So make a good choice. Now, when I look at these 2, I am not saying that this P has a coefficient 1. So it is easy for me to make it the subject. Compared to these ones where I have 3P, I have 4Q. So I'm going to make a good choice. I'm going to use this one. But I'm going to do one number whereby the choice is not any of these ones, such that you see the advantage of one over the other. So let me, in fact, I'm going to use this one to do that. So when I come here, I'll have my P plus 5Q is equal to 4. But since I'm interested in P, I'll take away the 5Q. So I'll say P plus 5Q minus 5Q will equal to 4 minus 5Q. So this will be P is equal to 4 minus 5Q. Now, after getting that one, I come back in this first equation. Here, where there is P, I put this. So here we shall have 3P plus 4Q is equal to negative 12. So this point where there is P, put the whole of this. So I'll have 3 into 4 minus 5Q plus 4Q is equal to negative 12. Then the next step is for you to open very well. This 3 affects every digit inside the brackets. So this is like 3 times 4 minus this 3 still multiplies the 5. 3 times the 5q, then plus the 4q is equal to negative 12. So 3 times 4 is equal to 12 minus 15q plus 4q is equal to negative 12. Then now your next task is, here I'll have 12 minus 15q plus 4q. And those people who don't know to add, please use your calc that you have negative 15 plus 4. So you get negative 11q is equal to negative 12. Now after that, continue, collect like terms. This 12 is positive, it goes the other side. So I will say 12 minus 11q will equal to negative 12 minus 12. So I'll end up with negative 11q is equal to negative 12 minus 12. You ask yourself, what do I get? That I will get negative 24. Let me hope that is very clear. What do I do? I'm going to come, I divide by negative 11. I come this side, I divide by negative 11. Now, after dividing by negative 11, I'm going to ask myself, am I on track? That yes. So I continue. Let me hope we are still together. Now, when I continue, this and this are going to cancel. So I'll have my q is equal to negative 24 divided by, 11. I'll have 24 out of 11. So when you check out, you are noticing that for such a number, you can't reduce 24 divided by 11. You are getting some ugly answer of 2 point something, 2 point something. Now for such, leave your answer in a fraction form. Leave your answer in a fraction form. Don't be tempted to go and write your ugly answer. 2.18181818 and the rest of that. I don't know whether you people know that once you find these recurring decimals, they don't end. So in order for you to be accurate, leave your answer in a fraction form. In case that fraction can be reduced, go on and reduce it. Now, after obtaining that, now we have started now queuing some things that is a bit hard. Now, after getting your Q, come back, find what is your P. So I'll come here and I say, my P is going to be, P is equal to 4 minus 5Q. So where there is Q, I put 24 out of 11. So this will be 4 minus 5 times Q, which is 24 out of 11. I'll continue and I say, this is P is equal to 4 minus. Now here, like you have 5 times 24 out of 11. First do your mathematics. 5 times 24 out of 11. Then you say 5 times 24. What do I get? So that one is, I think, 120 out of 11. But still you can't divide 120 out of 11. So you carry it 120 out of 11. So here you have your answer, 4 minus 120 out of 11. Those who know how to use the calculator, you can put it on your calc. You say 4, on the calc you say 4 minus, then this is 120. So you say 4 minus 120, 11. So on your calculator, you can just put something like this, 120, 11, if you know how to use it. Those who know how to use the calc, you can do. But in case you don't know how to use the calc, then for you are going to go into the mathematics. Then that mathematics is the one of the fraction that this is like out of 1. The LCM is 11. So you say this is 11. Then 11 times 4, that is 4 times 11. That is mathematics of senior 1, I think. That is 44 minus 11 divided by 11 is 1 out 20. Then you come and say 44 minus 120. I'll end up with negative 76 out of 11. So your answer here is going to be my P is equal to negative 76 out of 11 because you cannot reduce it further. Those who are using the calc, or you can place it quickly in your calc and get the the answer without taking a lot of time. So that is your answer. So I've said, I repeat, you leave it in fraction. Whenever you find that you can't reduce anything, you leave your answer as a fraction. So now those answers we have got, those are the ones. So that's why we are doing, we leave it at that point. Kindly let me know in the chat whether we are together. Are we together? Okay, yes. Yes, Comfort.
Teacher, when you
Yes.
press in the calculator, it shows -6 whole number, 10 out of 11. Is it correct?
Yes, that is okay. -6, 10 out of 11. Now, what you do to get this fraction we have, place shift.
Yeah.
You place shift, this side having shift.
Yes.
Then you come here, there is something AB out of C. Press shift, press that one. It will give you 76 out of 11.
Yeah, seen it already. Thank you, teacher.
Okay. Okay. So, yes. Now, here, okay, I think you write, you finish the writing, and then we do one more number, and we call it a day. We do one more number, and we call it a day. So first write, and then we try out. Even all those numbers we have been doing, you can do them using this approach. So, and for mathematics, always we say any approach you use, as long as it is mathematically correct, then we don't have any. And in a new curriculum, they don't specify which method to use. So for you, the method you have grasped, it is the one that you base on. But knowing all is an added advantage, because it will give you a choice on what to use and which one not to use. Melissa, are we together? Hannah, are we together?
Yeah, I've understood.
Okay. Hadia? I want to look for Hadia here. Yes, Hadia?
Yeah, I've understood. I've actually understood.
Okay. 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 So we are going to do yes.
So it's not clear to me how when here you had 12 minus 11q equals -12. So now now when you reach here on 12 minus 11q equals -12.
On top, negative what?
12 minus 11q equals -12.
11? Where?
Exactly here where yeah, on 12 minus 11q equals -12.
Oh, here. Like,
yeah.
Did you understand how we open the brackets?
Yes, I understood everything, but not what comes after that. I haven't understood what comes after that.
Okay, here. Are you seeing this?
Yes.
Yes, -15q plus 4q is what gives us -11q.
Yes.
So that's what we have here. Then this 12,
yes.
I just carried it down.
Okay.
Then this -12 was there.
But I wanted to know why you subtracted 12 and you didn't add.
Oh, because I'm making this like I have 12 minus 11q is equal to -12. Like this 12 here is a positive. And whenever it is crossing an equal sign, the sign changes. So it becomes -12.
Okay.
Okay. Whenever any digit is crossing, always the sign changes. Now, let me first give you even an opportunity to try out this number on your own. we are using the substitution method. First try, let me give you some 3 minutes, and then we see. Okay, let me know people have tried out. Okay. Okay, now this is going to be our last number. It's going to be our last number. Now, what do we do? At times, you may look at the number and you ask yourself, how am I going to solve it? And now, like I've told you, for the new curriculum, the method will not be specified. For you, just use an approach that is easier for you. Now, what are we going to do? Still, we are using this same approach. So here, the choice is yours, either to make Y or to make X. Let me through the chat. What do you want us to use? Which one do you want us to make the subject, X or Y? I will base on the first people. Someone, Rick has said X, good. Now, I'm going to label, this is my first equation, this is my second equation. After labeling them, I'm going to come and I say, okay, here I may need a lot of workspace. So the first one I'll have 3x plus 4y is equal to 11. Now, since we would have said we want x, I remove this 4y, I take it this side. So I will say 3x plus 4y minus 4y will equal to 11 minus 4y. After that, I'll have 3x will equal to 11 minus 4y. Now, since I'm making x the subject, I'll remove this 3. So to remove the 3, you divide this side by 3, divide everything by 3. Everything, not just one individual term. So my x is going to be 11 minus 4y out of 3. Now, this is my third equation. Now, after getting that equation, I come to this one that I didn't use. Where there is x, I place in that. So I'm going to come here. I have 2x plus 3y is equal to 8. So where there is x here is where we are going to place. So now I'll come and I say, this is 2, where there is x, all of our x is 11 minus 4y out of 3 plus 3y is equal to 8. Now, what do you do next? What you do next is that these 2 you have affects what you have inside the brackets. Please, I repeat, when I have 2 into 1 out of 4, please take it that this 2 affects the upper part. So this is like 2 times 1 out of 4. Don't make the mistake. I've seen children making mistake. They say 2, and when you are multiplying by a fraction, and for you say 2 times 1 out of 2 times 4. This is mathematically wrong. It does not exist. So avoid that. So still the same approach we are going to use here. It means that now this 2 of ours is going to affect what is up. So I'll have 2 into 11 minus 4y out of 3. Then plus 3y is equal to 8. Now, this 3 inside, this 3 out, this 3 here, I can have two approaches we can use. Take an example. When I have 1 out of 2 plus, let me say 4 is equal to maybe 8. If you want to remove this fraction here, this number down will multiply everything. So here to remove this 2, I'll multiply here by 2, multiply here by 2, multiply here by 2. In other words, you multiply throughout by 2. The same thing, that in order for me to remove this 3 down here, I'm going to multiply 3 throughout. So I can multiply here, as long as you multiply by the same thing. Whether you have multiplied by 6, as long as what you have multiplied with can make this one cancel. So here, I'm going to multiply by 3, by 3, by 3. Whenever you have an equation, take an example, I have 2x plus 4y is equal to 3. The moment you multiply throughout by the same thing, you have not changed anything. When you multiply here by 4, by 4, by 4, you have not changed anything. Okay? It's like you having 1 million and someone says, I'm multiplying it by 1. He has not changed anything. It has remained the same. So in an equation, the moment you multiply by the same thing, there is nothing you have changed. It has remained the same thing, but in a new version. So what will happen? That this 3 down here will cancel with this 3. So here I'm going to remain with the 2 into 11 minus 4y plus 3y times 3 will give me a 9y is equal to 8 times 3. 8 times 3, I'll end up with 24. What do I do? I'm seeing a hand. Let me first attempt to that hand. Someone may be. Yes, Sechewa Williams. Okay, William is not unmute. Yes, Comfort, do you have, I'm seeing your hand up, Faith?
Yes, teacher.
Hmm.
I think you should first finish with this method, then I tell you what I also did.
Oh, okay. Yes, William.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir.
Yes, please.
For me, I use the other way around as your first what? The first formula. I use the other way around, and somehow I'm stuck here.
Okay, let me first finish, then we go through that approach. Yeah? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now here we are going to multiply. So you'll have 2 times 11 minus 2 times 4y plus 9y is equal to 24. So 2 times 11 will give us 22 minus 2 times 4, which is 8y plus 9y is equal to 24. Then you ask, these ones are like terms, negative y and 9y. So for that particular one, you'll end up with 22, negative 8 plus 9. That one will give us a 1. So this is plus y is equal to 24. So we take the 22 to the other side. So we say 22 minus 22 plus y will give us 24 minus 22. So our y will equal to 2. So 24 minus 22 is a 2. Now, after obtaining our y, we come back here and obtain our x. So I will say x is equal to 11 minus 4y out of 3. So where there is y, I'll put a 2. So I'll say x is equal to 11 minus 4 times the 2 out of the 3. This will give us 11 minus 8 out of 3. Then you say 11 minus 8 gives us a 3. So this will be 3 out of 3. And x will equal to a 1. Therefore, my answer is x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. That's how you attempt for such numbers. Yes. Okay. Yes, Williams.
Yes, master. For me, I use the other way around as your 1 is my 2 and 2 is my 1.
Which method are you using? Oh, okay. What did you make the subject?
This number,
Okay, what did you make exactly? Did you make X, you made Y? That's what I want to know. Yeah? Oh, such a wide, I've not gotten what you are saying. You are off. But even if you had used the second one, to make the subject, I would expect you to have your X, because this is 2X plus 3Y is equal to 8. So in case you are making X, you'll have 2X is equal to 8 minus 3Y, divide by 2, divide by 2. So your X would be 8 minus 3Y out of 2. So that is what you substitute in the first one. Okay. Yes. Mark Rich.
Sir, I thought you said that we use the smallest equation when we are going to...
I said the coefficient.
Okay, sorry, the coefficient, then we have to substitute it.
Yeah.
But here we the first one.
No, that one for the coefficient, I told you the first coefficient, the statement was, if you find out that you have two equations whereby the coefficient is one, that is the one we make the subject. But if it is more than one, feel free to use any, as long as you can do the mathematics.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Faith Comfort?
Yes, teacher, for me, I used the second equation for 2x plus 3y equals to 8. And then when I was dividing, unfortunately, I divided also the 2 by the 8. Giving me 4 minus 3y.
Out of 2. Now that is now the, because when you take, I think when you decide to divide, this 2 divides every individual term. It divides every individual term. So for you would have had 4 minus 3 out of 2y. So that is what you substitute.
Okay, I made a mistake there. That's why I have a different answer from yours.
Yeah, sorry. Tekino?
Okay.
You are like, if you find like SAP, it has a coefficient of 1. You make it the subject. Is it a must or it is just an advice?
It is just an advice because it is easy. You will not encounter fractions.
Okay.
But in case you have practiced, it is very okay for you choose any. Choose any.
Okay. Okay.
Shakur?
Master, why is it that? Because here it was in this third equation when we are solving to get the fourth one. Why is it that 3? Because it was 11 minus 4y into bracket out of 3. Then outside there is 2. I thought that maybe that it affects all items in that bracket. Then
yes,
why is it
affects.
We have eliminated that?
It is affecting. Look at this equation. The 2 has multiplied 11, 2 has multiplied the 4.
No, master. You leave out that one, but the upper ones, the one was in red.
Here?
No, that one.
Hey.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, like that's what I've said. That it's like, what can I use? Like when you have 2 times a half, what is your answer?
It's 2 out of 2.
Which is?
2 out of
1. So you are not going to say that this 2 here, when I put a bracket, it is the same thing. So you will not say that 2 times 1 out of 2 times 2. Are you getting it?
Then that's why we have removed that 3.
Yes.
Okay. Now I have understood.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you,
So when
Master.
you do this last thing, we can call it pollution manipulations. Okay. 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 I think we are going to end here unless someone has a burning question. So I have put for you here some numbers you are going to try out. Oh, but no worries. Allow me to share them in your group. You are going to give me some few minutes. I share. Try out before you sleep. Try out two. They're enough, 2 or 3, depending on your time, and see whether you can be able to work out using this approach. Using the approach. So otherwise, thank you so much for attending. We shall start from here. I'm going to share this work shortly after a few minutes, and then you'll try it out in your free time. So have a good evening. Yeah. Yes.